Release me! Not until you bless me.
Baruch Hashem Yah, Bahashem Yahushua, Baruch Hashem Yahushua. Shalom, family. Today's lesson is entitled Wrestling for the Blessing, and we're going to go over some scriptures, kind of diving into what Yah expects of us, the example that was set for us by our forefathers, what things are going on today and how we are supposed to react to them, because things are all authored and dictated by Yahuwah. He is the one who controls this, and for his people, he has an expectation of us to endure, to contend, to fight, to get to the other side, and not to give up until his will is accomplished in our lives. And there are things individually and collectively we can, look at or apply to us. But all of us, all of his children, all those who walk in the light, all those who serve Yahuwah, those who have been awakened, we have to fight. This is our time. Things are shifting, but there is something required of us. And we have to understand that and have that mindset, okay? Because, of course, the enemy wants us defeated. He wants our mindset defeated, so we won't hold out until the end. And we'll look at what we think we're walking into, which seems to be a dangerous situation, seems to be insurmountable, hard to overcome, or that we're walking right into the teeth of the beast or the territory of the enemy. We have to understand that we are going to go through this. Yah is going to protect us, deliver us, and bring us through. Okay, so we're going to move around a little bit, but we're going to be in Genesis 32. Read a little bit about Jacob and what he endured and what he actually did, the blueprint and the example he set for us, and kind of a little bit of backstory behind it. We know he fled to Laban because Esau wanted him dead, because he supposedly stole his birthright, which he didn't steal, it was sold to him by design. And Jacob had fled to his family, Laban. He married two wives, Leah and Rachel, and he had children and servants, and he actually was blessed in that he obtained much cattle and possessions, and he was going to return home because it was time for him to go back. So we're going to kind of look into some of this. Genesis 32, 1-5. And Jacob went on his way, and the messengers of Elohim met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is the camp of Elohim." And he called the name of the place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, in the land of Seir, the field of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Say this to my master Esau. Your servant Jacob said this: I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now. And I have bulls, donkeys, flocks, male and female servants, and I have sent to inform my master to find favor in your eyes." Okay, so he knew he had to pass through Esau's territory to go back home. He knew that Esau was there. He knew that he was going to encounter him. So he sent messengers ahead, trying to make amends, smooth things over. He didn't want any war, any battles, any problems. And he was anxious and nervous about the possible encounter and what could happen. You know how the devil, how Satan will tell you all the terrible things are going to happen, okay? Regardless of what you're trying to do, regardless of what you're proposing to do, in your life, regardless of what aspect of your life we're talking about. If it's something that you are attempting to obtain or to encounter, and you are praying for and desiring a positive result, of course, The enemy's going to tell you all of the terrible things that are going to happen to you. And he will use all kinds of tools at his disposal, okay? Other people, scenarios. If time is passing, he'll take that time where you're maybe not hearing something or it seems to be quiet and you don't know what's going on. He'll fill you in on all of the negative, terrible things that are happening are going to happen to you. And this is what happened here. It's like, Esau is going to kill you. He's going to murder your people, take all your possessions, all those things. So he was, Jacob was nervous about this situation. So let's keep going. Genesis 2:6-9. So the message returned to Jacob saying, we came to your brother Esau. He is also coming to meet you, and 400 men with him. And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. So he divided the people that were with him and the flocks, herds, camels into two groups. And he said, if Esau comes to the one group and attacks, then the other group which is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O Elohim, my father Abraham, and Elohim of my father Yishak, Yahuwah, who said to me, return to your land and to your relatives, and I do good to you. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to do 10-12. I do not deserve the least of all the kind acts and the truth which you have shown your servant. For I passed over this Jordan with my staff, and now I've become two groups. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he come and shall smite me and the mother with the children. For you said, I shall certainly do good to you, and shall make your seeds the sand of the sea, which are too numerous to count. Okay, so this is Jacob praying to Yahuwah. You promised me you would multiply me, that you would bless me. Don't let Esau slay me and destroy me. You give me all these things. Okay. And if you look at us as a people, we, of course, we know they've all tried to destroy us. Mechanisms and things have been put in place just to destroy, stop, disenfranchise, whatever, Yah's people. And things may be looking bleak right now. Oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. People getting laid off. All these things are happening over here with benefits and this, that, and the third. But benefits come from Yah. Blessings come from Yah. Circumstance, situations come from Yah. Okay, he's the one who is dictating all of this. He has said he will gather us up. He will put us where he wants us. He will find a place for his name, and that's where we will be. And we have to understand that he is in the process of gathering his people. And it's a mindset, it is a spiritual understanding that we are coming into. Okay. And we are in our lands. We are where our possessions are. Okay. And we have to understand that Yah is coming to us to build us up. All right. And we cannot let go of that reality. It's like Jacob didn't. He brought it back to Yah and said, you said you were going to multiply me. You were going to bless me. You told me to go back. Okay. And so Yah told us, turn to him. Wake up to who you are. Obey this law, these commandments. Obey righteousness. Have the law written in your hearts. And I will protect you. I will be there. I am pulling you out of this. Come out of Babylon. I am going to protect you. And you look like you're going through this terrible situation, like you're walking into a nightmare. And like I said, it's individually, it's collectively. But you can also look around and see that there are blessings coming, that things are changing for us, for our people, for us individually. You can see it in a lot of different ways. Yah, he moves under the radar, so the majority maybe can't see it till it's too late, but it's happening. Things are happening and blessings are occurring. Things are happening in our favor. We are changing our mindsets. We are disconnecting. We are coming out of her. We are being separate and separating ourselves. It is the beginning of what the scripture teaches us and what Yah tells us to do. Because once we are understanding that we have to separate from all of this wickedness and all of these things that have been built around us, then Yah can then focus on us, build us up at the same time, crushing the wicked system that had us under foot. And this is all Yah's doing. with or without us, with or without you believing it. Yah said He's going to do it, so it's happening. And it is not going to look pleasant. That's why He says, hide yourselves as it were for a time till this displeasure has passed. But we have to hold on. We have to understand there's a blessing coming, okay? Again, it's individually and this is collectively. Let's keep going in Genesis 32, 24 through 31. And Jacob was left alone, and the man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. And when he saw that he did not overcome him, he touched the socket of his hip. And the socket of Jacob's hip was dislocated as he wrestled with him. Okay, so you're praying for things to get better. You're praying for blessings to come. You're praying for all these things to turn around in your life because things are at times look bleak. Maybe now, depending on what situation you are in. And when you pray for these things, there will be a time where it appears that things are getting worse. You will be hit in the socket of your hip, you see, and additional pain will come, whatever that means to you. You might be in it right now. Oh, this done happened now. I've been praying for this, and now, this done fell apart. This doesn't look like it's going to come to pass. This is actually worse now. That's that hip, right? That's that hip being dislocated. You are wrestling for a blessing. We are collectively wrestling for a blessing. All the things that we have, and say we should understand this as a people. All the protests, all of the marches, all of the things we tried to turn around for us, that gave us some degree of hope that some kind of changes were being made. Didn't change the heart of a man. It changed some circumstances here and a little bit of circumstances there. Not the fullness of blessings, because that was impossible inside of Babylon, okay? That construct, you're only going to be blessed to a point. It's only when you come out that the full blessings can be realized. But we understand that struggle. We understand not giving up. We understand continuing to fight for fairness, righteous behavior towards us, equality, things like that. So we're no stranger, okay, to struggling. But we got to keep that mentality in our lives and our walk with Yah, okay? Because we're going to have to wrestle with Him. Okay? Yeah, the blueprint is right here. And you're going to have to wrestle with men also. We'll get to that. It's going to explain that. But these things Yah set up, the men, okay, Yah put there, those obstacles are designed. All right? So let's keep going. He said, this is what the messenger said, the angel said, let me go, for the day breaks. But he said, I'm not letting you go until you've blessed me. And that's what Yah is looking for. Where is that? Where is that tenacity? Where is that mentality? Where is that? I'm going to keep holding on instead of just breaking down, crying, crashing out, whatever. Where is the mentality of saying, I am not going to release you until I've been blessed? I'm not going to cave in and start running all around asking men, help me, when Yah's the one that you have to wrestle with until He does. You have to pray until He does. You have to continue to keep the word before Him until He does. He's just seeing how long you're going to hold out. Will you hold out long enough for Him to be pleased with your patience, your endurance? Okay, it's all over the scriptures that He wants endurance from us. Now, so He said, I'm not letting you go until you bless me. Okay? So, okay. The angel said, all right, what is your name? Verse 27. He said, Jacob. And he said, your name is no longer called Jacob, but Yisrael, because you have striven with Elohim and with men and have overcome. Now, this is what we want to hear from Yah. We are already children of this man. Okay? So this is already a part of our heritage. But Yah wants to continue to see this. He wants to see it again. Because we are at an important part in scriptural history and prophetic history. All right? That we are basically in this position again. We have to strive with Yah. And He wants us to be in a place where He can say, you now can wear this name that I've given your Father, you now can have it back. You now can actually walk into it because you have striven, you have fought, and you have overcome. Now, we can't overcome Yah, but we can overcome what he has placed in front of us as a test of our endurance and our belief. And you're striven with Elohim and men. You see that? With men also. Because there are men, entities, structures put in place by so-called men to stop us, to crush us, to destroy us. But guess what? We still here, right? In fact, we sitting back like y'all all right, where everybody else seems to be falling apart, because we have the right mindset, and it has to continue and be enhanced even beyond this. Okay, so verse 29, Jacob asked him, saying, please let me know your name. He said, why you ask about my name? And he blessed him there. Okay, so I'm blessing you. Okay, there's nothing you can do for me now. I've changed your name because now you are in a different place. Okay, and we go from Negroes and all these things, blacks and all this stuff, to Israelites to understand, oh, we're in a different place. Those of us who believe, those of us who are awakened to this, okay, they say he blessed him there. And Yaakov called the name of that place Peniel. For I have seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved. And the sun rose on him as he passed over Peniel, and he limped on his hip. You feel it. You feel that you've been through it. You feel that you had to strive for this. Okay. But it's so much more blessing that you have come to the other side that you don't even think about, the hardship that you had to endure. You're never going to forget it. There are things I don't forget. I remember how I felt when I felt like I was just going to explode, like I needed to explode from the inside. It was so much pressure and stress. I know that feeling, but it seems like it's not happening. That explosion or whatever, that release of pressure you need is not happening. But Yah comes in and changes the whole situation by this time tomorrow, right? And then you forget that you had it. But you think back to it and you remember, man, I do remember that feeling. I remember that pain. I remember the hardship and how I felt at certain moments, right? You think back on it. You can see remnants of it, but you know you've overcome it. Okay. Let's keep going here. We're going to go to Ephesians. These are different scriptures telling us the same thing, okay? It's so many scriptures. I can't even cover them all. That we need to fight into the end and endure because we are wrestling, okay, for the blessing. Ephesians 6:12. Because we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, authorities, world rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual matters of wickedness in high places, okay? Spiritual demonic forces that use men. And that's what's going on. Okay, that's why it doesn't matter who pops up on the scene. The same kind of forces will be there to try to take us down in some kind of way. But Yah's the one guiding it. It's a controlled environment, okay? It's going according to scripture, everything that is happening. So we must not lose hope. Galatians 6:9. Let us not lose heart doing good. For in due season we shall reap if we do not grow weary. Now it goes to show you, it's going to be in our individual and collective cases where it seems like, man, when is this going to happen? When is it going to occur? Just this thing, not that thing. We can't grow weary. We have to continue to trust Yah, to praise him, to obey him, to stay in his word, to understand our role and what Yah expects us to do. 1 Timothy 6:12, fight the good fight of belief. Lay hold on everlasting life, to which you are also called and have confessed good confession before many witnesses. Fight the good fight. So it's a fight, right? You're not just going to be sitting back, easing through. You're going to have to fight. There's going to be praying. There's going to be fasting. There's going to be, making it through what seems to be disappointments, what seems to be setbacks. But continuing to trust in Yah so you are not greatly moved. So Yah can say, oh, you're in the same place. You didn't move. You're still here. I done popped you in the hip. I'm slinging you around, but you're still here. You're holding on. You're holding on to me until I bless you. And you have to do this. If you feel like you're slipping, you better hold on. You better get in that word more, because something is lacking. Maybe you ain't reading as much, not praying as much. So you're at the point where I feel like you're just going to give up. Oh, I done lost this. This doesn't happen. Now this coming down the road. You have to say, I'm going to hold on until I'm blessed. And then remind Yah of these scriptures, because he already knows. But bring them up. Bring them up. Okay? I remember one time I got on a chair and opened the scriptures and held it up to the ceiling. And I read them, and I continued to meditate on them and remind Yah of his promises. Okay? All right, let's keep going here. Jude, or Yahudah, 1:3. Beloved ones, making all haste to write to you concerning our common deliverance, I felt necessary to write to you, urging you to earnestly contend for the belief, which was once for all delivered to the set apart ones. Again, you got to contend. You're just not going to go and just pick this on up. It's going to be easy. You're going to contend and fight for this. Okay? The scriptures are clear. They're telling us how to move. Okay? It's all there, what Yah expects us to do. All right. 2 Timothy 2:3-5. Suffer hardship with us as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. No one servant as a soldier gets involved in the affairs of this life in order to please him who has enlisted him as a soldier. If anyone competes in a game, he is not crowned unless he compete according to the rules. So what are the rules? That we have to continue in righteousness, that we can't sit up here and go, have some kind of hustle or something on the side that's not right, or some kind of way to get over on somebody so we can get this, that, and the third. We don't go that route. We trust Yah. We wait. We ask for guidance. We ask for wisdom for this day, wisdom for this situation. Okay? We're going to do this right, lawfully, according to the will of Yah. People run around talking about, oh, if I don't get this and that benefit, I'm going to go steal some junk. Well, that's not lawfully. That's not according to the rules. The rules are, I'm not giving up. And Yah will bring you what you need. He will fill your storehouse. He will fill your fridge and your cupboards and your wallet. He knows how to do it. It's only if you believe and hold on to the fact, regardless of what you see or don't see, that he will do it. You have to be a good soldier. What does it say? Suffer hardship. As a good soldier. But according to the rules, you'll be crowned. Okay? And look, if anyone competes in a game, Yah's controlling this. It might seem very real to us. It's going to feel very real to us. But it is a construct. Yah set all these things up for us to have to endure, so that we can show him that we are faithful and earn through our endurance, the patience, the blessings that he has for us, because we are showing that we are worthy to receive them, because we aren't giving up. Okay? And this is the time. This is the time. We have to be serious, because there's a lot going on. And what we see, there's going to be more. You think this is only the beginning. But Yah will hide and protect his people. All the while you're striving and contending and holding on. Okay? You're going to smack you in the hip if he hasn't already done it. And you will understand. Okay, it's going according to plan. Okay, this will happen to my father, Jacob. Okay, I will be blessed. I will understand this. I will get what I need out of this. So stay in the word. Again, as I always say, read for yourselves. Show yourselves approved. Don't give up. Don't be looking to man for help. If y'all want man to help, he'll set that situation up for you. But you don't go looking for it. Let him bring it to you. Because if you look, then, the devil going to get involved. He gonna guide you and say, oh, you want to look for something? Instead of praying about it and letting Yah bring you to it, because he controls time and in circumstance. Okay? stay in the word, stay encouraged, be blessed, and hold on. Until next time, may you add a blessing to his